Good afternoon, welcome. You join us to stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome to the Commissioners' meeting for the first day of December, believe it or not. First thing on the agenda is the minutes for April the 29th, 2015.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from April 29th, 2015.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. Payroll, November 30th, 2015.
Motion to approve payroll from November 30th, 2015.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. The claims, November the 19th and November the 25th, 2015.
Move to approve claims November 19th and 25th, 2015.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carried. And the approval of the employee benefit fund distribution, November 2015. So moved.
Second.
And motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion carries. And then an ordinance creating a stormwater system user fees. This is second reading. This was carried over from our last meeting when the public hearing portion took place and was closed. And at this time, it's the second reading. Bob, you want to set the table for us?
Yes, as you mentioned, this is second reading for an ordinance creating a stormwater system user fee. This is to go along with the Stormwater Management Board that was created with an ordinance last year in 2014. And again, this is need to emphasize the fact that the reason why we're going forward with this is because of the EPA and also state mandates that have been put on us to deal with water quality and stormwater issues. So this is setting up the fee for going forward with the Stormwater Management Board.
Very good. Commissioners, questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion to accept approve the stormwater management fee on second reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Very good. This will be heard this evening at the Porter County Council because it involves a fee. They have to approve it.
And that meeting is at 5:30.
5:30 tonight. Okay, next is an ordinance creating a sub-fund for the Porter County Veterans Office. Jim? How are you, Jim?
Good afternoon.
Good, good. You want to tell us a little bit about this one?
I'll be brief. I know you have full caseload. We were approached by Culver's ownership, Wendy Gates, and their general manager, Dennis Dalka, beginning of November about doing something for our office and helping veterans. So they decided to give 10% of the profits on Sunday the 22nd of November here to our office. And it comes to the amount of $1,500. It's quite surprising. It's quite a lot more than I expected. And with the help of Vicki, who was quickly, involved with the process and the donation fund here to how to set it up, and with Liz, we have some recommendations. I'd like to be able to, if it's approved, to be able to only take care of it with a check, 2 signatures, and then have a trial period for about 6 months. So. And then evaluate it. But if we can do something like that through the auditor's office and regulate it, I know that it can be a great help to some veterans that really need some emergency help, but it also can be abused. So you want to watch that carefully. So.
I think it's a great thing, and I think it might be something that you'd want to keep open for any donations or gifts that might come in the future if there's an avenue to put that money in. And for you to use it for those purposes, I think that'd be a really good thing. So, I'd entertain a motion then for an ordinance creating a sub-fund for the Porter County Veterans Office.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And this will have to have a second reading. We can do it at our next meeting. We waive the rules and do it today, but it involves money in a fund, so it has to have a second reading. So we'll do it at our next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mike Anton, insurance matters. BAS, we're going to talk about BAS contract, or we already did that?
Well, no, I need to bring that back up. As you know, you approved that in principle at the last meeting, subject to some revisions. Those revisions were made and submitted to Attorney Knight, and I believe she has a positive recommendation and to proceed and finalize the agreement.
Okay, so...
The revisions had to do with the term of the contract, so that it's now 1 year instead of...
Okay, so I guess we need a motion then to approve the contract with BAS as reviewed and corrected by the attorneys. How's that?
I'll make the motion.
Motion?
Second.
And a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I had submitted for review kind of a boilerplate business associate agreement that would be between BAS and Porter County, and simply it's to transfer of protected health information, that relationship between the county and the third-party administrator. It's kind of important we get this because we're in transition, as you well know, and we're handicapped because of the lack of it as we speak. So I ask that once again, this is to comply with the Affordable Care Act and HIPAA in effect. So if I would like to submit that for your approval and have that executed.
You're familiar with that?
Yes, I looked at it and said, yes, the HIPAA was.
I'll entertain a motion for that, to that effect.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Just a couple pieces of information. Friday at 2 o'clock, we're going to meet BAS representatives and our representatives, and with Auditor Vicki and hopefully the Treasurer. It's a mechanical kind of meeting to just discuss the transfer of funds and that sort of thing in the bank arrangement. So you're certainly welcome to join us, but we can also set up another kind of get to know each other after the first of the year. Lastly, I would just tell you that I forwarded the report to you on the November report of the program, benefits, outstanding results. I will say this, though. With the reference-based repricing concept, there is such a thing as appeals, and there's a number of those appeals that are in the works as we speak. So while those numbers are really exciting to look at that I'm forwarding, it won't necessarily end up quite that good. But I do believe that we'll be certainly under the budget as proposed.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of appeals, you think, based off the total?
Based off the total, I would say the total expended to date?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say probably no more than 10.
10, okay.
And thanks for the invitation to sit in with the auditor and examine the mechanics, but we have concrete to watch hard, and it's going to be much more interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry,
I'd be there if I could.
Hey, while we have this little break, I said the council meeting was at 5:30, but it's really at 5.
Is that 5?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Maybe we should get an airplane to fly over. Never mind. All right, office orders and department heads. Sheriff Reynolds, UPS system group maintenance contract for the sheriff jail building battery backup system. And as you're on your way up here, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. At our last meeting, we approved a contract with Videotech for the upgrade of the video equipment at the jail, and we left hanging the aspect of how we're going to pay for it till we did a little bit more review, and we have decided to do a 3-year lease agreement to take care of that, if that's still satisfactory, and we appreciate all
Thank you.
the footwork you guys did to get that information to us, so, probably ought to have that in the form of a motion.
I will make a motion to, pay for the jail security system with the 3-year lease option.
Second.
Cover it?
Motion and a second, and the caveat to that was, it can be early prepayment after the first year term of the lease, as I understand it, 12 months, so. Motion and a second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, yes.
So,
Contract for Mitsubishi.
that's what's up next.
Contract for the battery, building battery backup system, is that the, don't we have a generator?
This is the battery backup system to hold things up while the generator kicks in.
Okay,
this is the other part.
This
Gotcha.
is the other part. We've had this ever since the building's been
Yep.
open, and the price has not come up at all.
Right.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
Is this the same company? Okay.
And what's, let me find it here.
$1.
It's like 4860.
What I'm looking
Yeah.
Is that the total?
And the total cost is
It's on page 3, I think.
3?
Yep, or 2, page 2.
4860.
48,000,
No,
4,000.
4,860.
oh, okay.
For two, we have two UPS backups.
Okay. And you're gonna pay for it, right? Oh, cool. All right. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries.
Can I ask about what I talked about earlier, bring that up? Or-
Sure.
Our SWAT team is asked to use a building, on the Expo Center for training, and I just found out since I talked to you, it's Thursday. So I was wondering if it's okay if they use it.
Sure.
And if there's something in there, they can move it out, or,
I'll make the motion to allow the SWAT team to use the building at the Expo Center for training Thursday.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. The only thing I might ask is that the mechanicals that are in place, in talking to Highway, that's probably gonna do the demolition for us, the furnace is in good shape, I believe the hot water heater, so those items, yeah, you know, if
I'll shoot 'em out.
if it works, don't fix it.
For now.
I was asked by Major Gear to inquire about stuff that was on the agenda last.
I think we approved that last,
Did you?
Yeah, the funding
Yeah.
is under correspondence for
Okay,
today,
the
and then
funding,
it's on the
okay.
council agenda for tonight.
Should we hit that
we
one?
approved the vest, we just gotta approve the funding today, so.
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And don't shoot out all the windows.
Yeah. They don't do that.
Okay,
Wonder if Neil will be in there.
sure.
Neil.
Yeah, okay.
Several ones.
Reports from commissioners. North District has 3 items. Timberland Estates North Subdivision Phase 1 Performance Letter of Credit, number 01089, in the amount of $293,250 has been issued by Centier Bank. Recommend approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Timberland Farm Estates Phase 1 has made improvements in accordance with the standards, specifications, and requirements of Porter County. The acceptance form and a maintenance letter of credit, number 01091, from Centier Bank in the amount of $184,849 has been issued. Recommend approval.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then thirdly, the Timberland Farms West has made improvements in accordance with the standard specification and requirements of Porter County. The acceptance form and a maintenance letter of credit, number 01074, from Centier Bank in the amount of $247,940 has been issued. I recommend approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Center District. Arbor Lakes Estate Phase 2 has made improvements in accordance with the standards, specifications, and requirements of Porter County. The acceptance form and a maintenance letter of credit number 731 from DeMont State Bank in the amount of $130,000 has been issued. Recommend approval.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Correspondence, we have on file the Treasurer's Monthly Report for October 2015. We have a request of the independent contractor agreement, for an independent contractor agreement with Kurt Ellis to provide Facebook page management services.
I'll make the motion to approve the contractor agreement with Kurt Ellis.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a request by Kurt Ellis, Porter County Facebook representative, to approve a resolution stating that Kurt Ellis is the authorized representative for the Porter County government Facebook page.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a request by Lorelei Weimer, Director of the Porter County Convention and Tourism, to appoint Lisa Woodard to the Porter County Convention and Recreation Visitor Board to serve the remaining term of Judy Chaplin, which goes through December 31st, 2016. I should make mention that this is what's called the tri-town appointment. The towns of Chesterton, Porter, and Burns Harbor recommend to the director, who recommends to us. So,
Do we have to vote on that?
we have to confirm it, is what we have to do, yes. So we need it in the form of a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a request for approval by Jeremy Sikora to continue renting 24 acres of county property at the rate of $150 per acre for farming purposes.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion
Can I
carries.
ask a question? Do we have a contract with?
I think we do.
I looked into it, I think a year or two ago, and I'm not sure that there's a lease. I'll look and see that. Yeah.
I think we asked for one the last time.
Yeah, I think we did, so.
Okay.
Request for approval of the official bond for Michelle Clancy, Porter County Treasurer. The bond is in the amount of $300,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request for the approval of official bond for Carrie Ann Martin, Porter County Clerk. The bond is in the amount of $300,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request for approval of the official bond for Jonathan C. Miller, Porter County Recorder. The bond is in the amount of $15,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same side. Motion carries. Request for approval of official bond for John Snyder, Porter County Assessor. The bond is in the amount of $15,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request for approval of official bond for Michael C. Harper, Porter County Weights and Measures. The bond is in the amount of $15,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request for approval by Tina Rongers on behalf of the Kankakee Valley Historical Society for a slum and blight spot declaratory resolution for Collier Lodge. You heard of that? Okay. This is, we did this before, didn't we? For an area of the Kankakee, not at Collier Lodge, isn't it?
That's correct. This slum and blight resolution is site-specific to the Collier Lodge parcel, and it is a requirement by the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs as part of their planning grant application process. So essentially, this resolution covers that parcel, which allows us to qualify for OCRA funding for the planning grant. And again, the goal of the Kankakee Valley Society is to preserve the historic lodge and seek additional funding to actually restore it.
Great. Great. We think it's a great idea, and we especially like the fact that you're administrating the applications.
That's correct, and all local matches coming directly from the society itself at $1,700 to meet the overall grant.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Then we have a request from you again, Tina, on behalf of Kankakee Valley Historical Society for a resolution authorizing the submittal of the CDBG planning grant application and local match commitment. So, and that's, the CDBG is
the Okra funding, so that it comes through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and so the Community Block Grant is the source of the planning portion of the state funds.
and again, the local match is coming.
Local matches from society, there's no cost to the county.
Great. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
luck.
And just, there are several other grant documents also that cover, the application's about 25 pages, and so we're ready to get those executed and submit the grant here in the next day or two.
Great.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
We have a request for approval from Getz Landscaping for the 2016 bid proposals for landscape maintenance at the following Porter County buildings: Portage North County, Juvenile Center, Courthouse, Opera House, Museum, Administration Building, Sheriff's Department, Expo Center, and Fairgrounds.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Request for transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1112, $37,000 from 3950 contractual services to 3950 contractual services to cover expected expenses through 2015 jail medical contract.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request for transfer of fund, Commissioners, Fund 1138, $50,000 from 3950 contractual to 3520 water and sewage to cover expected expenses through 2015.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1138, $25,000 from 3950 contractual to 3510 power to cover expected expenses through 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioner, Funds 1,000.1030, $1,000 from 3977, change of venue, to 2330, household and bedding to cover expected expenses through 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1,000.1030, $1,500 from 3977, appraisers to 2330, household and bedding to cover expected expenses through 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1112, $5,110 from 2350 building maintenance to 2220 uniforms and clothing to cover expected expenses through 2015, and this is for the police vest we talked about earlier.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1186.2, $150,000 from 4540 other equipment to 3950 contractual, and this is to go towards the jail security project.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1112.2030, $417.74 from 1210 FICA to 1241 longevity to cover the second half of longevity if needed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Request to transfer funds, Commissioners, Fund 1112.2030, $3,726.80 from 1230 PERF to 1241 longevity to cover the second half of longevity if needed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Request for transfer, for additional appropriation, Commissioners, Fund 4902, $1,062,018, to account 3950 contractual services, the jail security system.
Oh, excuse me one second, John.
Yeah, I think,
That amount was the amount if you did the lump sum bid and you just did the 3-year lease instead? So the amount is actually $1 million.
yeah, I don't think we
Yeah, I don't
need it.
think we're gonna do that then with the lease.
Never mind. Let's see. All right. And, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. I only got one comment, and that is, after we approved the holiday schedule at our last meeting, all the commissioners, and I think every mailbox in Porter County, got one of these, and it's addressed to me, and it's, talks about, you know, what the other holiday schedules are in the other 92 counties in the state of Indiana. I'm well aware of that. It was something I looked at before we did what we did last meeting. We took Columbus Day off of the calendar a year ago, and we took the election days off for the next year coming up, 2016. And the reason we did that is that Election Day was given off for county workers in the hopes that they would volunteer to work the polls. None of them work the polls anymore. And if you do want to work the polls and you're a county employee, you talk to your office holder, your department head, and we'll make sure that you can get to the polls to help in that capacity. It won't have any effect on your day. You'll just be given a free day to work at the polls. County employees get 2 weeks vacation when they hire in the first year. They get 9 personal days, or 9 sick days and 3 personal days. If you add it up, they get about a month off in no time. The constant complaint I hear from people that pay their taxes is that you go down there to do something and the building's not even open, nobody's there, and nobody's working. I know the people that work in this building and the courthouse and every other building in this county work hard and do a good job. I also know there's reason that can be added to what they do, and the work that they put in is appreciated, and the compensation they're given is adequate, the insurance funding they receive is adequate, but I don't think that all those days off need to have 2 more added because we're having an election. Come on. And in the future, if you work for the county and you're thinking of sending me one of these, don't, because I don't even read them if they're not signed. So if you can't sign it, don't send it to me. So that's all I got to say about that issue. We have a presentation, right?
Yes.
Bob Thompson, would you come up here?
Please come forward. Go ahead.
So it turns out that Bob Thompson was the president of the American Planning Association, the Indiana chapter, this past year, and he was awarded this plaque. And we are very thankful to have Bob in our planning department. He's been doing a ton of work, especially with this new stormwater fee and all it entails. So, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
We were glad to see you.
It probably ought to be 3 times that big, for all the stuff that you do, but, you know. Okay.
Which contract?
Anybody else have anything?
Should we make note that we're signing the animal contracts?
Oh, yeah, I forgot, you put that on my pad too, and I covered it up. Sorry. The animal control and shelter contracts are being executed for Valparaiso, Burns Harbor, Couch, Pines, and Hebron. We are still working on Chesterton and Porter. Yeah, we don't have agreement with Portage yet. We'd like to when we get the new shelter built, though.
Yep.
And so those are going to be executed. We've talked about those in the past, but we need to make mention that we're taking care of them. So, anybody wish to address this body? Anyone wish to address this body? We stand in recess.